What's up, y'all? We out here in the garage today. As you can see, I've got a little bit of ammo and a few other things that I've picked up in the last couple weeks to show y'all. Before I jump into it though, like I always ask you, if you do enjoy these videos, reach down and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you got your notifications turned on so you don't miss anything when I upload it. The first thing I got was a little care package sent to me by Corbon. Now, y'all know it's been, I guess it's probably been a month, maybe more than that now, that I tested some Corbon that somebody had sent to me that they picked up that was a plus P 125 supposedly is what it was supposed to be. Well, come to find out it was actually 147 grain when I got to measuring the projectile. So Corbon actually reached out to me themselves. I didn't make any kind of contact with them. They somehow saw the video, whether somebody sent it to them or what, but in any case, they saw the video, saw what had happened and said, you know, this is not the perception we want people to have, that this is the way we do business, so on and so forth. So this was through email. He said, I would love to send you out some more ammo and a couple other things. So I said, of course, send it on. We'll test it out. So I've got the care package here. It also came with a nice letter from, I'm going to give the very exact details. We'll maybe do it on the other video, but came from the general manager. Seemed very sincere and very impressed that they owned up to it. They said that there sure enough was a mistake. They have taken steps and they went through the steps that they've taken to rectify the situation and fix what happened there. So big props to them for that. Y'all know me, I'm not excusing the fact that there was a mistake because somebody absolutely goofed up. They loaded, well, they didn't load. It was not a misload, but it was a mispackaging, putting 147 basically target rounds into the defensive box. So no doubt I won't rehash all that. There was a mistake and he absolutely owned up to it, which is far more than I can say for several of the other ones who have had something either wrong or terrible performance. Usually I get excuse after excuse if I am contacted of why it didn't perform or why this was wrong, why that was wrong. There was absolutely none of that in this case. Immediate own up to the situation and let me know personally, which they didn't owe me, what they were doing to make it right. So anyway, as you can see, what we got here first is what we were supposed to have that first time. 9 mil plus P, 125 grain, saying 1250 here. So this is what I was looking for, and we were way off, obviously, with 147 grain projectile. So there you can see it. I'm looking for some really good stuff out of this. 9 mil, when I run 9 mil, this is the kind of stuff I want. 124, 125, close enough, and up there in the 1200. So I'm hoping we get some really good performance out of this. And then next up, still the Corbon care package. They put in a couple boxes of their 9 mil plus P 115 grain DPX. Now this is their solid copper round here, so we'll take a look at it. Tested several copper rounds. Defiant Munitions is one that comes to mind immediately. Very nice performance out of most of the copper stuff I've tested, unless it's been just my personal preference that it's been super light for caliber and just really suffers on the penetration. Hopefully this being 115 and moving quickly, we'll see some good stuff out of that. And then next, still with the Corbon, they sent me some Powerball here. I've actually had several of y'all ask me about this, so I'm glad they sent some of this. This is, I won't say, I kind of want to say similar to the Nosler Blueberries, I called them, but not similar at the same time, because this is a full polymer ball in the tip of this one. This is their 9 mil plus P again, 100 grain. I'm really glad they sent all this plus P. Probably that tells me they paid attention to the video and know that I'm looking for some speed anyway. So plus P now 100 grain, so a little light at 1475 feet per second. So really nice there. As you can see there, it's got that polymer ball in the front. The purpose of that supposedly to keep from clogging, to help feeding and things that are real finicky. Now that Nosler Blueberry stuff didn't do too well, so if this stuff can perform well, that'll be a good option for somebody that's looking for stuff like this. And then the last thing from them was a box, a 50 round box of their Urban Response load here. This is 9 mil again, 9 mil plus P again, which I really like, 100 grain, so the same weight as that Powerball, same velocity rating. I believe, now I haven't done my homework on this stuff yet, I will before I test it. I believe this is the type of round that's geared to the folks worried about the over penetration and you know, all that collateral type stuff. I think it's meant to not penetrate as far. I'm not sure the projectile makeup. I will do some research, but as you can see, there is some type of insert or ball or something on the front of this one also. So I'll do some homework on this before I test it, so I'll know what I'm talking about during the video. But 50 round box of that. Again, a huge thanks to them for sending this, and a big respect to them, and like I said, for reaching out to me, owning up for what happened and taking steps to make it right. And then moving along from there, I've got another little care package here. This is from Pilgrim Pilgrim Ammunition. Now, this was sent directly from them, but it was purchased and sent by Pete. So Pete, I really appreciate that. What we got here first is their 380. Now, both of these are 50 grain projectiles, solid copper, fragmenting styles. They're meant to act just like the civil defense stuff, or very similar to that civil defense stuff. So just a certain amount of penetration, and then you get that starburst fragmentation control there. 50 grain is what both of these are, so 1,500 feet per second. One thing I will say is I really like their packaging. I definitely love their packaging. Even on their website, they've got some really nice just graphics and stuff. Now, yeah, that doesn't mean a hill of beans as far as performance, but just something to note there. As you can see, really nice, all nickel plated cartridge there. And again, this is made to fragment, really light and really fast for caliber to get that fragmentation. On the back here, hopefully that'll focus for y'all. You can see a few more stats of it there. And then he also sent a couple of boxes of the 9mm. Same thing here, solid copper, fragmenter, 50 grain. Again, like I said, plus P's they're calling this, so 2,000 feet per second. Definitely moving on, that same nice packaging and same nice nickel plated cartridge there. So y'all know how I kind of feel about these if you've watched my channel. It's not that I dislike these civil defense and controlled fragmenting type rounds. I'm just not completely sold on the really lightweight being able to perform if you were to have to go through certain barriers, just personally because I haven't tested and seen it. But either way, I'm definitely looking forward to see what these do, and I really appreciate Pete sending these our way. And then next from there is an order I placed online through SG Ammo for some 410 rounds. They're one of the few that's got most of anything as far as 410 right now. I've got some more slugs. These are the same kind of slugs that I've been using out there to test a few things. 6 boxes of these. This is the Federal Power Shock here. As you can see, this is 2.5 inch. Well, if it'll focus on you, you can see there. There you go, 2.5 inch Federal Power Shock. I've tested some of these. The reason I got 6 of these, I got one more box of these more to get my free shipping, but these are really nice, high brass, and I've run these and I know I get some pretty good accuracy out of what I'm putting these through. And then the next thing from them is kind of the Winchester counterpart to that, a little bit lighter though, 410, 2.5 slugs again. These are 1/5 ounce where the Federals are 1/4 ounce, so a little bit faster here, 1830 versus 1775, but pretty much the same kind of deal, just the Winchester instead of the Federal. Both of them just your Foster style of slug. And then I also got a handful of some triple aught buck for 410. So again, Winchester, this time it's triple aught buck. This is the 3-inch stuff, so 5 pellet triple aught buck here. As you can see, good old 3-incher there with a couple extra pellets over the 2.5. So I got 5 boxes of these. And then the last thing from them was actually the 2.5 version of that. So again, Winchester 410 2.5 inch triple aught buck. This is 3 pellets, so same exact thing, just a little bit shorter. As you can see there, shorter round and just missing a couple pellets. And then I've got a couple more things to show y'all, but before I do, I want to touch on this title without making this into an hour-long rant fest. So as you can see, I've got up there RK, the FFL who can't do business, or that's what it should be. What that's all about is there's a tool I've been wanting for quite a while. I've been on the fence about it. Well, recently I decided I'm gonna go ahead and grab one because they've gotten very hard to get because they've been discontinued. So RK Online was one of the very few places that had them still in stock online. So I went ahead and ordered one. It actually shipped out and got to the local store here in 2 days. So fantastic shipping. When I went to get it, I was informed that we can't because our system's been down for a couple of days. We can't do background checks because of some glitch where it shows that we haven't paid our bill for such and such amount of time. So believe it or not, I'm actually a pretty reasonable and patient guy. I figured they'll get it fixed in a couple of days. They were supposed to be working on it. If it's truly just some glitch, it'll just be a matter of talking to somebody, boom, done. Well, a couple days go by, nothing, same thing, we're working on it. A couple more days go by, same exact thing, nothing. Nobody's got any info when it's going to be resolved, who can resolve it, or anything. It's just being blamed on the Virginia State Police at this point. So if I could have at least gotten some kind of timeline or anybody who knew anything, it would have been a different story, but being that I couldn't, I was done with it. I called up to corporate to start the refund. Of course, the chick that answered the phone had no clue about anything. I had to give her the story, what was going on. I paid for this thing, it's been sitting there. They're telling me that they can't do checks because of a glitch in the system. So she had to put me on hold and come back. She comes back with some goofy excuse that somebody else had given her that the NICS system was down in that area and that's why they couldn't do it. So totally taking no blame. It's nothing to do with them. It's down in that area and they can't do it. Well, I had literally just gone down the road and and bought something else that needed a background check. Not only that, I had already contacted every FFL in this county and asked them if they were down, and not one single one of them were down. Nothing was down except on RK's end because they had not done their job on their end. So of course I called that out for being the lie it is. Then she caught the attitude, of course, and at that point I'm like, listen, here's the option. You can either send that to another FFL or you can refund my money. Well, we can't, you know, and other FFL wouldn't do any good because, as I said, the NICS system's down in the area. So not only did she lie to begin with, but she tried to stick to that pathetic lie. So at that point, yep, I got unreasonable and belligerent, demanded the refund, and got it started immediately. She tried to rush me off. Of course, no, we're going to get this handled right now on the phone. And she sent over the request, and supposedly it's gotten done, and it shows refund status, but we'll see how long it actually takes to hit my bank. So all that being said, I guess the moral of the story here is deal as little as possible with big greedy companies, and if you're needing a gun in the next few days, as of Wednesday afternoon, don't try going to Rural King and getting one. And then the last couple things I wanted to show you right quick is just, I got one of those SBA 5 lower kits that I had linked to in my community post to show y'all. Nothing special about it, it's just got the lower kit from them. I think these things are a heck of a deal. It's got everything you need to finish one up, so just want to show y'all. I get a lot of flack sometimes about posting a few little affiliate links that I do, but I post stuff pretty much only that I have used and believe in. So I grabbed one of them just because I needed an extra one, and then I also picked up one of their you can see their match grade 3.5 pounders. So I hadn't used one of these before. I've used several other upgraded ones, so it'll be interesting to see how this one feels. I may or may not make a video on that. Y'all let me know down in the comments if it's something you might be interested in seeing. And that's gonna do it for this one, y'all. So pretty decent little variety of stuff here. Some different interesting stuff that I'm really looking forward to seeing and testing. This thing probably went a whole lot longer than I planned with the little RK rant, but I feel like it's just something that needs to be told when stuff like that happens. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned, but it's nothing personal to the guys at my local place at all. I like all the guys down here at my local store, but as far as corporate, I feel like it's just a matter of somebody up there is too incompetent or just has absolutely not one single shred of care enough to even make a simple phone call or send a simple message to get something that I feel like is pretty important handled. But anyway, let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, like I always ask you, reach down and hit all those buttons. That really does help. If you are doing some shopping, hit up those affiliate links in the video description. Anything you buy after hitting up those links, I get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really do appreciate that. Once again, a big thanks to all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all for supporting the channel. I've got some really good stuff on the way that I'm catching up on, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.